Just welcome to another episode of What They Go On here at the Charley Studios, and it's your favorite girl, me. Every time Sam George is in the media and he says something, it makes headlines, and yesterday was no different. So in a meeting yesterday, Sam George brought up the topic of the LGBTQ, and in his submission he made mention of someone's video that got leaked on the media some time ago, and how this person can be arrested not only for their videos that was leaked in the media, but also for the fact that this person presents themselves as to be part of the LGBTQ community.
There's a gentleman for whom a video was leaked and an altercation between himself and a male lover of him came up. Now, he can be charged on the basis of the video of male and male intercourse. That is a different thing. But aside from that video that came out, that individual holds himself out and promotes activity on his social media page. That person is holding himself out, so there is an act, and there is the actor's rules and mens rea can be determined from his activity.
And this said person that Sam George was referring to was no other person than Headucator. Yes, our very own Headucator. Now, after Sam George gave his submission, right, a lot of people, were feeling some type of way, because a few weeks ago, or barely a month ago, right, it was in the media that the president had made a comment on how signing the LGBTQ bill was not a top priority.
Regarding LGBTQ plus issues, it remains a highly emotive and sensitive issue, even in the most advanced liberal democracies. I explained during my recent engagement with the World Affairs Council that it's not the most important issue we face as a nation. We're still grappling with the provisions of basic needs of education, healthcare, jobs, food, clothing, and shelter.
And then it boiled down to the fact that we cannot just get up and then sign the bill, because at the end of the day, Ghana is not an independent entity, you get. So a lot more has to be considered before such decision is made. If you people are saying, oh, it's not top priority, this is something we are still taking our time to check and decide on, why are you now hinting at Headucator getting arrested for this said thing that you people are saying is not a top priority? Right after Sam George, made his submission and said what he said, social media picked it and all of that. And obviously, as we know, our very own Headucator will not hear her name or his name and not respond, right? So Headucator quickly, I think yesterday came on TikTok live and then addressing Shim's people. Yeah, I like that better. Shim's people. And you know how people are very messy. When they come on your live, they will now ask questions. And in Headucator's submission, right, Headucator said, oh, if the bill is passed, right, and you're someone who is part of the queer or the LGBTQ community, right, you can seek asylum in other countries.
The bill becomes a law. You guys are rather going to have the upper hand. It's very funny, baby. If you are queer and you're watching me, when the bill is passed, that is when you have all the chance to be at any country you want to be outside Ghana. Baby, they're going to put you on allowance. They're going to care for you. They're going to give you a house. My dear, there's more to life.
Now, if you do not understand what that means, that simply means if your country passes the bill and it says, oh, maybe we stand against the LGBTQ and the queer community, you can go and seek asylum. That means you can go and seek for help from other countries that support it. You understand? And those countries, they will, open arms to you. You get what I'm saying? After Headucator also made that submission, right, a lot of people are like, what are you trying to say? At the end of the day, Ghana is your homeland. So how is it that you would now get up and then leave your country and go to another person's country and the person would accept you and all of that? Now, I personally am a big supporter of do what makes you happy. Do you understand? Do what makes you happy. You get. But I also understand that at this point, Sam George's example, right, of using Headucator was not fair, because if we are going to be honest, Headucator is just the one that has their name in everybody's mouth. That's the only difference. Before Headucator, there were people. There are lots more people. Do you understand? But because Headucator is the one that moves, Headucator is the one that dresses up, Headucator is the one that is on social media, then Headucator is the one you use, and now it's feeling like Headucator is like being targeted. I'm not trying to defend anything. Like I said, if it makes you happy, do it. If it makes you happy, go for it. You get what I'm saying? But you cannot come and make a standing statement like that, knowing fully well that in the first place, Headucator is not the one who even put themselves out there like that. It was a whole thing that happened, right? And then people tried to bully this person. You get. So if you come out and then you say something like that, it's very unfair. You get what I'm saying? Now, after all of this was passed and everything was said, right, a lot of people had a lot of things to say. So let's get into the comments, okay? Somebody said, can you address important things, please? We need important things in Ghana. And I stand with this because you've not passed the bill, right? So I do not understand why you people are even having conversations about it, up until you come out and you say, oh, this LGBTQ thing, we don't support it, we don't stand for it. Then we can now start having conversations. If you keep pushing the whole discussion forward, talking about, oh, it's not a priority, then nobody's name, nobody's attitude, nobody's anything should be mentioned. When the bill is passed, then we'll come and address it. Yeah, there are hospitals that needs beds. There are children that don't have water. They don't have school structures. Let's address those ones. Someone also said, now Sam George, what were you doing on Headucator's social media? I'm not the one who said it though. I'm not the one. So another comment says, does his life affect the way we are living? We need jobs and better development in Ghana. What has someone's life got to do with me or us? I mean, we are fighting South Africa's this thing. We've not finished with that one. The Ghanaians that are saying they want to come home, what is being put in measures that they come home? That you sit down and it is LGBTQ that you have to Headucator that you have to talk about. At the end of the day, Headucator too is looking for the daily bread. You understand? Pass the bill, then we'll have a conversation. You get. Someone also said, finally, an MP that I stand with, because what is all this nonsense? Headucator is the main reason why there are a lot of young men acting out in modern society. Now, with this particular comment here, I would say nobody can totally influence you, okay? The fact that Headucator poses as, a female, acts like a female and all that, does not mean that he or she is the main reason another person is acting out. For all you know, that person too has it in his or herself. You get. So Headucator is just maybe the way Headucator is chesting it upon all the bullying, upon all the talking down. Headucator is still showing up and showing out. That is what the person is taking from it. You understand? So you trying to say, oh, Headucator is the main. Oh, please, you people, please, Ghanaians, please. You understand? But at the end of the day, Ghana is our homeland. You get. And I feel like the government, right, is going to take decisions that would favor and stand with everybody. So, yeah. And that's all the update. Straight, no filter, and no sugarcoating. I'm Mimi, and this has been What They Go On here at Charley Studios. Till we meet again. Bye.